Also joining us on satellite links are Pawan Verma of the JDU and Derek O'Brien of the Trinamool Congress. There they are now on the screen. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's begin. Rajiv Shukla, did it become Modi versus the rest? And did the Congress party actually contribute towards that by focusing very hard on Mr. Modi, especially since March?
Well, I don't think, in pan-India, it's Modi versus rest. Because in lot many states, BJP hasn't got any existence. And in West Bengal, it's not Modi versus rest. In Tamil Nadu, it's not Modi versus rest. In Andhra Pradesh, it's not Modi versus rest. In Northeast, it's not Modi versus rest. In Assam also, it's not Modi versus rest. Basically, in North India and certain Western India's states, there definitely Modi versus Congress is Congress versus BJP in those states. But otherwise, if you are saying that an entire country is Modi versus rest, I won't subscribe.
So your first point is that, and I'd like to get Subramaniam Swamy straight on that. Your first point, Mr. Shukla, is that purely on the basis of geographical presence, Modi versus rest will not hold. Is that the point you're making? Because then I'll get Mr. Swamy to directly respond.
A, there's no existence of the party in certain states.
Okay.
And B, Congress is the one who has been taking on BJP in each and every state. It has been always BJP versus Congress in most of the states.
Right.
Now BJP has chosen him as a Prime Ministerial candidate, their leader. So obviously, they are trying to project Modi. So obviously, Congress will have to take on Modi as well.
I'm sure on this point, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy will concede to you that purely on the basis of party's existence, strength, history, legacy, and present ground level perception of whether they are a strong party or not, I'm sure you'll concede the point Mr. Shukla has begun the debate with. You don't exist in Andhra Pradesh, you don't exist in West Bengal, and you don't exist in large parts of the Northeast. How can you contest that?
I don't concede at all.
You don't?
I don't concede at all. And like a general, Shukla ji is ready to fight the last battle. The fact is that there's been a sea change. Today, if one were to ask congressmen, which are the states in which you will get more seats than the BJP, they won't be able to even name more than 2. And in fact, the BJP is now going to get, with this allies, is going to get a representation in practically every state, including the Northeast. And therefore, it is totally wrong to say that we exist only in the Hindi belt.
Right. Ms.
Well, beyond Hindi belt, I don't see BJP anywhere. And secondly, there are lot many states I can...
You don't see them in Assam?
Or in
I don't
Karnataka.
see them in Assam. Assam, we are going to get more seats than BJP. Punjab, we are going to get more than what BJP is going to get. Karnataka, we are going to get more than what BJP is going to get.
Yeah.
Even in Maharashtra, we are going to get more than what BJP get. Even in Gujarat, we are going to get good number of seats. I'm not talking about Gujarat is home state.
Not more than BJP, I hope.
Not more than BJP or not less than BJP. I don't want to get into that debate. But
no, get into it. This is an open debate, Mr. Shukla. This is an open debate. You wanted to know which states.
That's right.
You ask in this debate. Because the first point made on the Sunday News Hour debate by Mr. Shukla is there is no Modi versus the rest debate because you don't exist in certain places. You countered him by saying name the places where we don't exist. He counters you back. He's not conceding. He counters you back by saying, we will do better than you in Assam, we will do better than you in Punjab, Karnataka and Maharashtra.
Well,
so you asked him to name one place, he named
Telangana.
four.
I'll live in Telangana, also in our alliance in Bihar also.
Yeah, so
Bihar's results are going to be very surprising.
Well,
fantastic.
Now, the question is this. First of all, to say that BJP doesn't exist in Bihar, it will be a ridiculous thing.
No, I'm
we
not
have
saying
been in power there.
No, I'm not saying it does not exist.
So therefore, don't talk about
I said our alliance is going to do better there.
Let us say you're talking about which states you're going to get more seats than BJP. In Karnataka, all polls so far published show that we will get more than Congress. So they say
on the basis of your alliance with the
lot many polls
I don't know whether he's tainted or not, because just because you say that Gadkari is tainted and it turns out that there's nothing against him. You say that Modi is wrong about Mamata's painting sale. Now it turns out that Trinamool Congress's own accounts show that she has got not 1.89 crores but 6.29 crores. Then you talk about the army general.
One sec, Derek O'Brien shakes his head there. And I think we should allow him a straight rebut.
Yes.
Because I know this, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. I know that you're not actually questioning me. I know that you're actually questioning Derek O'Brien and you're questioning Mamata Banerjee.
Absolutely. They said they'll file a defamation suit. They have not done it so far.
And why are you raising trivial issues such as...
I am trying to do, when you talk about facts, I'm saying you should be the last person to talk about facts.
You should...
Even today you said the BJP office has liquor bottles. I don't know where you saw them. You must have seen it in the Congress cupboards, these liquor bottles, but they were not in the BJP office.
Who said the BJP office is...
It was there in your TV. It was being scrolled.
It was one of...
For several hours before you took it out.
Gandhi way. We don't believe in drinking alcohol.
No, it was one of those comments, once like Derek O'Brien responds, it was one of those comments as sweeping as your comments about several other leaders. So let Derek O'Brien respond to you, Subramaniam Swamy.
Sure.
Because the question today is Modi versus the rest.
Let him also answer why he has not filed a defamation case as they promised.
No, is that the issue? Will you use...
It's not the issue, then there's no problem. I am saying that when you consider facts, please go in your own channel.
Mr. Swamy, this whole issue is this, that you would be trying everything possible to make this Modi versus the rest. It's an interesting strategy. But don't tell me it's not a strategy. Don't tell me it's not a strategy, and therefore you know when you talk about Mamata's paintings, you talk about issues which grab the attention so that it becomes Mamata versus Modi, so that it becomes Mayawati versus Modi, so that it becomes Jayalalithaa versus Modi, and therefore if everybody can be against Modi, you feel you solidify your position by making it Modi versus the rest. That's a reading of some people. Derek O'Brien, Modi versus the rest, and you fell into that trap, didn't you? If that's a strategy of theirs, Derek O'Brien, you fell for it. Hook, line and sinker. And he's smiling today, Subramaniam Swamy, because he feels that you have.
I haven't said a word on your program. I thought you had called me on your program to discuss the big issue of the impact of a campaign run by a party. I think if you, but this Mr. Congress and BJP have gone into this tutu meh. But before I get into that part, let me make Rajiv Shukla feel a little happy. Let me add one more state where even the Congress, even though they are beleaguered and half dead and comatose in Bengal, Mr. Swamy, I have a feeling in Bengal, if the Congress gets 2 seats, you'll also get less than the Congress. Now let's get to this debate.
It goes unchallenged.
Now,
go ahead.
Why should I challenge it? Tomorrow we'll know the numbers when you put out the exit polls.
So you believe the exit polls?
Yes.
I don't believe, but you have to go by something.
Let's talk. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Swamy. Let's talk about the big issue. Yes. Let's talk about this big campaign which was run. In fact, I was really interested that we are now, your package also very interestingly was discussing the campaign. They were discussing the social media impact. Very interesting. Because once you start discussing the campaign and how it was run, you tend to forget what the original product is. There's a problem with the product. There's been very good PR. There's been an attempt at not 360-degree communication, but a lot of communication, front page ads. In fact, the Congress and the BJP have spent thousands of crores on this. So I think the first thing post the election, if you look at the big picture, whoever comes to power, is electoral reform is the need of the hour.
No, you're avoiding the issue. What's wrong with them? You counter them. Who do you advertise around? Who do you advertise around in West Bengal?
I'll tell you.
Do you not advertise around Mamata?
I'll tell you.
We don't
advertise. Listen. Please understand, that is not advertising, that is newspaper. No, let me finish. Firstly, my guru, and a lot of people have a guru called David Ogilvy, the original advertising guru, and he in many of his books abhors advertising, political advertising. And even when the great 1979 campaign was done by Saatchi for the Labour Party.
I find it very interesting that you are willing to debate David Ogilvy. You know why I'm smiling today, Derek?
No, I'll debate anything you want.
I find it
I'll tell you why I'm smiling. I'll tell you why I'm smiling, because let's have a good debate.
Derek O'Brien.
Let's have a good debate on the campaign. What are you debating?
Let me bring the debate back. You know, today the good thing is we have 4 politicians out here.
Modi versus the rest.
So we can have a serious debate. I have never seen you let a point go unrebutted when it hurts your leader. I put it on record today, Derek O'Brien, that this is the first time. It's the first time that you have not answered Subramaniam Swamy's question on the paintings
I will
of
answer
Mamata
this question.
Banerjee.
Listen, Arnob, I will answer this question. Let me answer your bigger question, Modi versus the rest. 4 months ago, if you ran this campaign, if you ran the line Modi versus the rest, then you would have had Modi versus Sushma Swaraj, Modi versus LK Advani. So the Modi versus the rest has many interpretations. To answer Mr. Swami's frivolous charge, which sadly Mr. Modi also made from a platform here, he's talking about Mamata Banerjee's paintings. Absolute bunkum. Whatever has to be said has been said to two people, the Income Tax Authority and the Election Commission, and the BJP can go and take a flying jump.
I will produce your accounts to show you that you got 6.29 crores.
You don't have to produce mine. Mr. Swami, listen. You have been used by
I'm
the BJP.
not saying that Mamata pocketed it. I'm only saying that you got that much money and you denied it.
Oh Lord, who gave you the accounts? What are you talking about? Don't trivialize the issue.
I have been given an open offer by a finance minister to come and inspect it. You keep that commitment. I'll fly to Calcutta tomorrow.
Mr. Swami,
so this is why Modi has succeeded. He has never been found to be in the wrong. He has given facts, as he put down every government, state government which is hostile to us.
Of course
he has shown them to be incompetent.
Yeah. Mr. Swami, he's also given facts that the Matua community are not citizens of India. That's the fact he gave at a speech here. Please, let's talk about the big debate. Talk about
the big debate is this.
Campaign going to work.
The big debate is this, and you, both of you can settle. No, one sec. Pawan Verma's hand goes up, rightly so. You know, we take a situation. We take a situation. For example, Pawan Verma, the 1977 election. In the 1977 election, there was a huge anti-Indira sentiment among all political parties, right? So, can this election be compared to the 1977 post-emergency election, not in terms of Modi being on the defensive like Mamata, like Indira Gandhi was on the defensive, but in terms of all political parties versus one leader? In this case, was it all political parties against one leader? Did that really happen, or was that only in terms of media debates? Pawan Verma, because the BJP wanted that to happen.
Yes, correct.
The BJP wanted it to happen.
I think, Arnab, let's understand and be honest about it. There is no other party which has invested more, led by the ambitions of one leader, in the promotion and projection of one individual. And it has been done systematically, strategically, with a great amount of money, about which questions will be asked later. And I must confess that in terms of impact, it has given a larger-than-life image and platform to that one leader. The question before us, and I think we will need to know after the 16th, is whether the projection of one leader versus the rest has paid off as a strategy, both in the short term and the long term. Because I believe that perhaps harnessing the general mood of anti-incumbency against the Congress, the BJP could have comfortably picked up substantive and major allies had there been another profile to the BJP. I believe that the projection of this one leader versus the rest is based on a platform which has been unacceptably exclusivist, not sufficiently inclusive, and inadequately consensual. And I believe, therefore, the BJP is counting 25 allies, but they are smaller units and parties, and not the major parties.
No, he's making an accusation.
Not only
I'm answering it.
I'm answering it.
I'm answering it.
An accusation.
I'm answering it. I'm answering it.
He's
no other party.
But in the long term,
Mr. Verma, are you conceding? Mr. Verma, Subramaniam Swami wants to come in. Are you conceding, or do you want to complete the point?
He doesn't want to answer the basic question that no other political party could come out with a leader who had the experience, the record, and so on. They had either somebody who was bumbling, or somebody who was neurotic, or somebody who was sounding so
Please.
stupid that nobody took him seriously.
I think don't get personal,
What is
Mr.
this?
I have not
Swami.
named anybody. I said the parties had named people.
No, don't get personal.
Who did I name to make it personal?
but, you
Do
know,
you
don't
understand
get into-
the
don't get
meaning of
into
the word
who's bumbling and who's
personal?
neurotic
I have
and
not
who's
made
not.
a named anybody.
You are not.
But if you feel self-conscious, I can't help it. But the fact is, the matter is, I am saying no challenge to Modi took place in this
The
entire
question
campaign.
which, by the way, the question which is asked to you and he's not giving in. Answer the question within the limitations of what he's asking to you. And Pawan Verma not conceding, but Rajiv Shukla, I can see, wants to come back into this debate. Pawan Verma raises a point here. And by the way, Dr. Subramaniam Swami concedes. He concedes. It was Modi versus the rest.
Yes.
Pawan, you concede.
I concede. It was Modi
Not at
versus
all.
the rest, and he was winner all the
is
way.
that to concede?
There was no challenge.
There was no...
Arnab.
No, one second.
Arnab.
But on the basis of what? Okay,
Arnab.
Rajiv Shukla wants to come in. Modi versus the rest on the basis of what? Pawan Verma says
Arnab.
exclusivist. Pawan Verma says exclusivist. Rajiv Shukla responds to you. Rajiv Shukla to Subramaniam Swami.
One thing I am not able to understand, that if BJP's strategy is to make it Modi versus rest, means Modi wants to fight Mamata, Modi wants to fight Jayalalithaa, Modi wants to fight Biju Patnaik, Biju Janata Dal, Modi wants to fight
Yes.
parties in Andhra Pradesh, everywhere. Then why towards the end of the election campaign, he's urging, he's requesting, he's making these statements that I am willing to go with anyone, I want to request them to join hands with them. Why this? If you want to pick up confrontation with everybody, if you want to pick up squabbles with everyone, then why you are again, praying in front of them with folded
Is he
hands
doing
that you please join hands with me?
When did he do that?
3 statements have been made.
When did he
that
do
I am willing to go with everyone.
No,
What is this?
He's saying I'm willing to go with everyone in running the country.
Means you support me. I am not going to get the majority.
Is he saying
I am
that?
not going to get the number. This is what they meant. In Amit Shah has also said repeatedly this. Mr. Modi has also said repeatedly. So all their people now, they have changed the tone and they have started saying towards the last 3 phases that we can go with anyone. What does it mean?
Okay, so question goes Derek
And
O'Brien.
secondly, if my dear friend Dr. Swami, if he's calling these, people with these words, that somebody is neurotic, somebody is mumbling, he must have meant some BJP leaders or maybe Modi himself, because lot many people talking lot many things about Modi.
Well, I don't, as I said, I don't want to go into the realm of who's bumbling, who's neurotic and who's incompetent and all that, because that's not relevant. The question here is this, and he throws it, he throws it back at you, Dr. Subramaniam Swami. So Derek O'Brien coming to you.
Give me a
but I
chance,
just want
give me a
Subramaniam
chance,
Swami to
give me a
respond, and
chance
after
to
that you
respond.
put your question to Mr. Swami and he can respond to you, and Pawan Verma hasn't even completed. I'm aware the debate is continuous right now. At this stage of the Sunday News Hour debate, Rajiv Shukla, Union Minister, who's held many portfolios including parliamentary affairs, throws it back at Subramaniam Swami and is challenging him to answer why, if it was Modi versus the rest, he says, is it a reflection of your growing insecurity?
You want
Is
me
it
to
a
answer?
reflection of your growing insecurity that you're reaching out to others now?
All that he said was, when he was asked this question, you are countering every state, these leaders, how will you be able to work with them? He said, of course, this is democracy. Once the elections are over, for running the country, we will get together. That's all he said.
Mr. Shukla,
We won't need anybody else. We are going to get a majority on our own.
Then say it here.
Politics is always based on principles. If you blame somebody, accuse someone that he is corrupt, she is corrupt, he has done this, she has done this, after that you are willing to work with him or her. How is it possible? That means you haven't got any principle.
In order to run the country, we are willing to work with everybody. That's a
including Dawood
democratic principle.
Including Dawood Ibrahim?
Dawood Ibrahim is not in India.
So if Dawood Ibrahim, what Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said.
We don't want him. You keep him.
No, Mukhtar
He's your well-wisher. You have looked after him all these years. You have done nothing to him.
That's a big charge.
Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi himself said that after that Bihar person who had joined the party, that after him only Dawood Ibrahim is left to join the party. Others have joined.
Yes, he said
And so
that.
far BJP leadership has not responded to this accusation of Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi
On Dawood Ibrahim.
on Dawood Ibrahim.
But why are you putting it rhetorically vis-a-vis Subramaniam Swami? Is he talking about Dawood
No,
Ibrahim?
if Mr. Modi is saying that in democracy, he can work with anyone irrespective of what he or she has done in past.
Everyone means established political parties.
So first
it doesn't mean Dawood Ibrahim. Why are you fixated on Dawood Ibrahim? He may be your patron, but that doesn't mean you have to bring him in here.
Dr. Swami, first...
No, I don't know. Because why should he bring him in here? We don't want to work with him. You want to work with him, you can.
First you accuse a leader or a political party for corruption, for lot many things. Then you are willing to work with them also.
Well, I mean,
then what is the election plank?
Well, you know, on this one, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, I think you're on the back foot. Because
that is your judgment. You are a judge. Daniel come to judgment. You give judgments very frequently, but it turns out to be wrong, as it did in the army case. I was ultimately proved right. The president stood by me, and the election commission also stood by me. So let's not go into. Don't be judgmental, okay? No, I am only telling you,
Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. Now we are getting. Now you see. By the way, the president accepting, taking cognizance, and putting your letter forward does not amount to a final judgment.
Ultimately, he sent it to the election commission.
So sending it to
what I had said.
Mr. Swamy,
and you said, who are you to bring this matter up?
Mr. Swamy, you can go on.
Who are you? You said.
You can go on Twitter like you habitually do and try and make it out to be a victory.
Twitter,
if your letter is forwarded to the Rashtrapati
there are 500,000 followers. I am not talking to the air. I am talking to young people who are qualified, educated.
In the minds of
550,000.
Most of those young people who are qualified will read between the lines at this stage of the debate. Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, the Congress party throws two things back at you. First, Modi versus the rest, they say won't happen because of geographical reasons. Secondly, they say if
living in the past.
Secondly, they say if you're so confident, why are you reaching out now?
No. That was no question of reaching out. No question. This is a twisting of the facts.
So say
I only said that he said is a principle. Just because we have differences in the election doesn't mean that after the election we won't get together. He didn't say I'm getting together with the corrupt. I'm getting together with Dawood Ibrahim. Never said any such thing.
Going back to the Dawood Ibrahim issue repeatedly, Mr.
No, he raised it. I didn't raise it. I'm just telling you we have nothing to do with him.
Dawood Ibrahim is not contesting these elections.
Exactly.
So
please tell him.
No, only Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi brought it. We didn't bring it.
Yeah, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi brought up the issue.
Well, then Naqvi's point was upheld by the party. We're a democratic party. We don't have to listen to one family.
The question tonight is this on the Sunday News. Did Narendra Modi succeed in being the centerpiece of the 2014 election narrative? Let's draw it back to that. And on that, two questions were asked, one which you conveniently ducked. The first question of Pawan Verma was, yes, it may be, but it is based on something that is exclusivist. Secondly, I would like Derek O'Brien to come back to the debate on who's reaching out to whom. Derek O'Brien, I think, has a point to make to you. First, Derek O'Brien to Subramaniam Swamy. Yes, please.
See, becoming the centerpiece of an election is one issue. You pump in a lot, there are good things and bad things about them. You can also be a centerpiece and become the villain of the piece. But I think the big issue of this election is the way Mr. Modi and the BJP tried to change the narrative of this election. It was a long election campaign of 2 months, and for the first 4 or 5 weeks, maybe for 6 weeks, the so-called the narrative was of development narrative. And the Congress and the BJP between them were trying to use these trivialized issues. You heard the Congress spokesperson and the BJP spokesperson, how much time they spent on your program talking about little issues, not on the big issues. Because on the big issues, they're the same side of the coin. But after development narrative, please look at how the narrative was changed. A speech was made. And the local unit of the BJP were blamed. Why? Because of certain images which were put up by the back, and holier than thou, Mr. Jaitley didn't know anything about it, or the campaign didn't have anything to do with the poster at the back. Then from there they went to this caste issue. So the narrative was changed by the BJP. From development, and the packaging remained the same. It's all very well packaged.
I asked the question to Arun Jaitley.
And very slick.
Arun Jaitley, when
the BJP ran a slick campaign.
I asked him a question, Derek. I asked him about this whole campaign being personality driven. And you know what he told me? He said the campaign is that of a Modi-led BJP. 1998 campaign, 1999 campaign was that of a Atal Bihari Vajpayee-led BJP. So he said every time that you have a leader with that kind of popularity, take advantage of his popularity. I mean, For God's sake, you do
Here's
that
my
all the
counter.
time in West Bengal,
Here's
don't
my
you? I
counter.
mean, your entire campaign
Here's my
focus,
counter.
etc., is on Mamata Banerjee's popularity.
Yes. There's
So
a difference.
what are you cribbing about?
No, good question. There's
So
a
what are you
no, I'm not
cribbing
cribbing.
about,
There's a
is
subtle
my
difference. There's a subtle difference. There's a subtle difference. You raised a very good point and a very good question about West Bengal. If you have a leader all encompassing, then please go ahead, the BJP, and get 273 plus, which is your sales objective to an advertising campaign. My contention is you will not meet your sales objective. Your advertising will win the creative awards, but it will not meet the sales target. That's the point I'm making.
Well,
The BJP will not get
David
anywhere next to
Ogilvy, you
272
mentioned
plus.
sales targets, and now you mention advertising in that
Yes.
kind of a way. I mean,
What is
this
that?
is a political debate. Derek O'Brien, Subramaniam Swami, do you have a
This is
response to that? Or
Yes,
to the
I
charge
do,
of Pawan
I
Verma
do,
and
I
being
do.
exclusivist?
We had definitely, once it was clearly established that the people accepted that Gujarat model is something that should be replicated all over India, we moved on to other issues in reply.
Gujarat
And the caste issue, as he says, was not raised by us, it was raised by Ms. Priyanka Gandhi. And therefore, he rebutted
it?
it. And the same way,
I think you're getting a rebut on that from Rajiv Shukla. On the Priyanka Gandhi comment, you're getting a rebut from Rajiv Shukla.
We did not reply to comments like butcher, donkey, madman, etc., etc. We replied to each of the substantive issues, and therefore you can't say that in an election campaign only one issue should be raised. This is wrong. We raised a multitude of issues, and we even raised the issue of
You changed
refugees.
the narrative.
How to deal with refugees?
You
Because
attempted to change.
in Bangladesh,
Don't discuss
he's
refugees.
responding.
Don't discuss the so-called what you call the Bangladesh refugees. You all in BJP need to read three things. You need to read the Mujib Agreement, you need to read the UN Refugee Convention, and you also need to read the Supreme Court judgments. Your refugee comment,
is against
you see, you wait, Mr. Swami, you wait on the 16th of January.
Yeah.
You wait on the 16th of January. Let me tell you on national television, the Congress will get more seats than you in Bengal. You're living in a fool's paradise. The Congress will get more seats than you in Bengal. If they get 2, you will get 0. If they get 1, you will get 0. If they get 2, you will get 1. That's it. I'm telling you.
happy to see you have now become an advocate of Congress party. Please congratulate him.
well, you know,
I am not. Mr. Swami, you discussed in the top of the program, it is not Modi versus the rest in Bengal. In Bengal, it is Mamata versus the rest. But it's Mamata and
well,
the
come
people
on,
versus
Derek
the rest.
O'Brien.
It's Congress,
Derek
BJP
O'Brien.
and left.
Fall into my
I
trap.
put out a quote
Yes,
tonight. One
Derek
second,
O'Brien.
Derek O'Brien is tonight the Ogilvy advertising, sales, etc. person, and therefore I presume he has a. By the way, he wants to respond to you on your point on Priyanka Gandhi. Right?
First of all,
you want to respond to Subramaniam Swami? Yeah.
In most candid manner, I want to, state that Priyanka Gandhi never brought this caste issue while she said that we should not do low-level politics. Low-level politics does not mean low-level caste. She never meant it. Unnecessary, the entire statement was twisted.
How is this relevant in the course of Subramaniam Swami's confession on television today that we wanted to make it Modi versus the rest? Since he makes that point...
He has mentioned that she brought the caste issue. She never brought the caste issue. She was talking about low-level politics, which we keep on discussing all the time. She was not talking about lower caste.
So why did Narendra Modi spin it that way? Or rather, would I say, why did people like Subramaniam Swami...
That's why
I will answer.
That's why I'm scared
I'm
that
ready
a
to
leader
answer.
like Narendra Modi, he can twist the statement like this. He can do anything, to harm the nation. He can say anything in order to get votes. That's my worry. That's my major concern. Secondly, Gujarat model. Mr. Rajnath Singh, BJP president himself has said in 2 interviews that there's nothing called Gujarat model and we don't subscribe this. Gujarat model. Our election is not on Gujarat model. This is what he himself has said. And third point which you read about Vajpayee.
If that is the case,
I'm telling you,
one simple point. I think the question everyone wants to know, if Priyanka Gandhi was misquoted,
100% misquoted.
She was misquoted.
And it was done deliberately.
Then tell me, why was Priyanka Gandhi quiet?
She's not quite.
Why didn't she say it out once? I was misquoted.
Congress spokesperson every day have issued denial.
Why did she not say anything? Why did she not say anything?
I said.
Why didn't she not say anything?
Congress party means on behalf of.
You have a leader who's trying to make. Why did she not say anything?
If she had come back from a meeting on behalf of her, we all have said.
No, what is this on behalf of her?
What? No,
she was taking on Narendra Modi till then in speech after. What is this behalf?
It's like saying that Arnab Goswami, I'm working in NDTV. It's like that. You are with Times now, somebody says you are working in NDTV headline. It's 100% lie.
Well, then
so why should she respond to 100% lie? When a statement is over,
the rest of the party
it's written on the wall, it's clear. Why should he respond to that?
See,
we all have responded.
Amit Shah responded when you twisted his argument about Badla. He said, Badla lena hai to button dabao, Kamal ke phool par. And you twisted it to say Badla means revenge, it means killing, riots. And he himself responded. He said, if my words have been misunderstood, I'm sorry about it. Now, you could have said that. She could have said, if Neech has been misunderstood by Narendra Modi, I withdraw it. And I'm sorry for the pain I've caused.
Dr. Swami, this election commission took cognizance of Amit Shah's
because
statement.
You filed a complaint.
They banned him. They banned him after he apologized. Then why did he apologize?
Because
after he apologized, then only they said, okay, now you're free to campaign. So election commission punished him.
Election commission never said.
Found him guilty.
Find him guilty of what? They said that you have used inappropriate words. That's all.
Leave apart us. Election commission also found him wrong.
See, you're not.
Leave apart us. Election commission also found him wrong.
So 1 minute, the debate goes into this, and I asked Derek O'Brien and Pawan Verma actually can take that. You see, the point is, none of you, I say none of you are greenhorns in politics. You're all experienced. And if so, in public life, in many ways, all of you have more than 20, 30 years of experience. Subramaniam Swami may have more than 40 years.
Yeah, 40, yeah.
Right. Now, if that is the case and you know that somebody is trying to make it everyone versus me, I want to ask Derek O'Brien, why do you help? Derek O'Brien, please understand this. Why do you help Modi make it Modi versus everyone else? Because your leader has a choice of ignoring, but your leader does not. She bites the bait, and wow, how does she bite it? She bites it so hard that the entire issue is no longer Ma, Mati, Manush, jobs, people, price rise, anything. It's not the issue. It's about how she takes on Narendra Modi. And let me give you a classical quote. She says in Bengali, had I been in Delhi in place of the Congress, I would have sent Narendra Modi to jail by tying a rope around his waist. Now you know what the sum total of what that statement is. It means that in Bengal, at least for the next 2 weeks, the only debate will be how Mamata Banerjee is the champion who takes on Narendra Modi. It may serve you well because you think by doing that you will consolidate the anti-Modi votes, take them away from the left and take them to the Trinamool Congress, which is a transparent political strategy. But if that is your strategy, Derek O'Brien, confess tonight with the same candor. Confess with the same candor and honesty that Subramaniam Swami says we want to make it Modi versus rest. You confess tonight that by taking on Modi, you were trying to sideline the left. And in the process of therefore sidelining the left or trying to sideline the left, you elevated Modi into the number one issue in Bengal. Why did you do that? No, don't laugh, Derek, because it's very transparent to everyone that you've done that. You need to explain.
I'm laughing because... I'll explain, I'll give 2 points, but actually I'm laughing because your questions are now becoming longer than the answers also, but doesn't matter, it's your show, so you're entitled to do that.
Maybe it makes you uncomfortable. Is it making you uncomfortable?
No.
You are looking increasingly uncomfortable.
Not at all.
Why are you looking uncomfortable?
You're a very bad, Arnab, you're a very bad reader of body language. You'll never pass the test. My body language is absolutely perfect. We're going to be the third largest party in all humility in the Lok Sabha.
All across the Bengali media and the television channels, it became Mamata versus Modi. Was that why did you make Modi larger than life in West Bengal?
See, I told you your questions are becoming longer than my answers, but 2 points. First point is the Trinamool. It was a long campaign. The development, the narrative of the Trinamool campaign was how the Congress and the BJP are two sides of the same coin on policies and on development. One quick example, I have to make a second point. For example, on women's reservation,
No, no.
Congress candidates are 15%. Listen to me. Or no, you have to give me a minute. You asked a question for 2 minutes. Give me 1 minute. Then after that you speak.
Tough to trust your line of...
Women's reservation bill, 2 points. Women's reservation bill, everybody says 33%. BJP, Mr. Swami's party, puts 8% of women candidates in their list. Congress, little better, 14%.
I am talking about something else, and there you go,
please,
trying to distract the debate. Have you confused times now?
Listen, no, I'm not distracting you. I need to tell you.
Times now with some other news channel where you can get away by trying to deviate from the subject. I will join you.
Arnav, I'm not getting away. Please listen.
Pawan Verma, why did Mamata Banerjee help you?
Arnav, let me make my point. Arnav, let me make my point. Arnav, let me make my point. You cannot ask a 2-minute question.
The point is very simple, that Narendra Modi was trying to polarize the audience. But why did you help him?
Mr. Verma, sir, give me a minute, Arnav. Mr. Verma, sir, if you don't mind, I'll just take 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Thank you, sir.
Yes, 30 seconds.
Thank you. Right. Arnav. Yeah. So I made the point on women's reservation. Now, you come and make a statement here, which is a dangerous statement, not understanding the sentiment of Bengal, thinking you'll make some totally crazy statements, absolutely without any knowledge of the culture or the sensitivity of Bengal. You bet we will attack you and we'll tell you why.
How
and
do I tying the rope around and dragging him to jail? Is that culture?
It's a very bad English translation of a Bengal. It's a bad English Mr. Swami, Mr. Pawan Verma will speak now, but it's a very bad translation of a Bengali proverb.
Thank you for taking over the show. Thank you very much. Sometimes Derek O'Brien forgets he's not a TV anchor anymore. Yes, Pawan Verma. He didn't answer the question. He looked uncomfortable. He tried to take over my job and he failed in all of them. Pawan Verma, do you think, by the way, I just one point. Do you think Subramaniam Swami answered your question on Modi versus rest being based on an exclusivist narrative?
No, I don't think he answered that, but the basic question, Arnav, that you have raised today is not contestable. It was conscious BJP strategy to project one leader as the face of the party and take on the rest. It is not a contestable premise. So that is what they attempted. Now we have to see that when you follow this strategy, is it helping you or is it making you a more polarizing entity? In Gujarat, within the BJP, on grounds of religion and more recently even on caste. And you have to then ask whether as part of that strategy, the emphasis on development was actually more of a facade while agendas were different. The agendas was to get success in electoral arithmetic using a polarizing one person versus the rest figure. It may succeed, it may not. It may have long-term deleterious consequences. This is the question before us. Of course, it was conscious strategy done over the heads of the BJP leadership in very visible measure to project only one leader.
Good point.
Let us see whether it succeeds or not.
Good point.
Okay, Subramaniam Swami responding to that. I mean, the whole argument being that a Modi-centric campaign will cause a certain level of turbulence and in the long term will neither fetch you dividends and may prove too costly for you. Subramaniam Swami, please.
No, it's not at all. It's nothing extraordinary Indian politics. Indira Gandhi was in the same position during 1971 and it paid rich dividends. I don't think that...
So you model this on Indira Gandhi?
Well, no.
That's a second admission
India is a Murti Puja society.
So you want... What do you mean India is a Murti Puja society in the context of politics?
We have produced such a popular Murti. We have produced such a popular
One second.
Murti. There was no challenge.
One second. Pawan Verma is responding.
What is this?
Pawan Verma wants a clarification that India is a Murti Puja society.
I'm not clear whether... I'm not sure whether I heard this clearly.
Yes, you did.
Did Mr. Swami say that it's a Murti Puja society? So we
yes, he did.
Yeah, I did. I say that.
I cannot believe this argument is being made.
You're a socialist, you won't believe it.
Democracy like ours.
No, this
Democracy is
Derek
full of murtis, I'm telling you. And the whole concept is that the main problem
listen,
you want to rephrase that.
The main problem, the
You want
main
to
problem
rephrase
is
that. Pathetic.
Modi's
Pathetic.
personality could not be matched by anybody in any other
Subramaniam
party.
Swamy, Derek O'Brien, culture argument, pathetic.
Pathetic.
And yes, go ahead, Derek
No,
O'Brien.
it's below pathetic.
Well, it is,
Nothing
you
to
may
say.
call it
People like
pathetic.
Mr. Subramaniam Swamy.
Your Mamata goes and
people like Mr.
worships,
Subramaniam Swamy.
Modi is really
People like
embarrassed by
Mr. Subramaniam Swamy who hang around in Central Hall having coffee are sent out by the BJP to make these provocative statements. They should be in their bedrooms,
What
not
is
on
the
national
provocative
television.
statement in this?
India,
I am
this is
saying
not
that
the
we
India
have
I know,
people
Mr.
who worship
Swamy.
murtis.
This is your India. This is not the India I know. Stay in your living room. Say that in your living room, not on national television or hang around in Central Hall, sniffing around for a BJP ticket
You've been
or
promising to
drinking
file
cheap coffee.
cases, you're not doing it. You said you will file a defamation case
Drink
against
cheap
Modi,
coffee
you
in
have not
Central
done
Hall.
it. So
What a
therefore,
shameful
this is-
statement.
Certainly
You
the
should
issue
apologize
is-
to the country for making that statement.
condemnable
You-
takeaway from your discussion.
You don't
That you
know
have
Indian
the
culture,
spokesman
that's a
of a
problem.
national party
You've been
talk
living on
about
that, what is that,
Murthy Puja.
Ogilvy or somebody. You've been influenced too much by Ogilvy.
Don't tell me,
Please
Mr.
look at
Swamy.
Indian culture. Your
Don't
Durga
teach me
Puja
about
is a
Indian
Murthy
culture.
Puja.
Swamy, please don't interpret India.
India
Don't
is full of
We know what
Murtis. You go to
India is.
temples, you see
You are not
Murtis.
the spokesman.
What are you
not
doing?
The spokesman. You are not the spokesman of India. Speak for your party. Don't give us
See.
lessons.
You are sick. You are sickening.
And
Well, you called somebody a butcher, now you're calling me sick, not bad. You've shown your vocabulary to be as base as it's possible to
Murthy
be.
Puja.
You want to
Murthy
rephrase
Puja
that, Mr.
Society is
I
this
don't
country
want
about.
to
you want to-
rephrase
you want
it.
second.
This is this is a country
One second, you want to rephrase
which has long tradition in worshipping individuals. Rama is
individuals.
called Maryada Purushottam,
Worshipping.
and
Please choose your words
and
carefully.
therefore
Following or
You see, there is a-
and for therefore Narendra
All of
Modi
India
stood
is
tall.
dumb cattle.
These people are all
Just
dwarfs,
worshipping somebody.
and they are jealous of him, and therefore they are saying
want-
these horrible things about him.
Well, the debate right now is about whether, Mr. Swamy, I gave you two opportunities on whether you would like to rephrase that. And Mr. Swamy, I would like you to appreciate the fact that while there can be some level of political iconoclasm, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that it was Modi himself who said, don't use the word har har. 1 minute, Mr. Swamy. He said, don't use the words har har Modi, ghar ghar Modi. That was therefore an acknowledgement that while you can make a person a political icon, you cannot convert the person to the position of a deity. By saying the word Murthy Puja, you are going effectively against the line of your own party. And I request you to consider today whether you can say with confidence that you are not contradicting the line, Mr. Swamy, of your own party in the course of the Sunday News Hour debate on Modi versus the rest.
Listen, you have been frequently going wrong in the debates by telling me things which later on turned out to be false.
What is
You
false?
told-
Is it
well,
false
you told
that
me,
your party-
you told
is
me
it
that
false
you
that your
have
party-
you have no right to raise the question of the army commander being appointed.
Mr.
Who are
Swamy,
you said.
Mr.
And
Swamy,
the
are you-
president
What
then
is the question?
recognized
Mr.
me who I
Swamy,
was.
Mr.
So
Mi-
now I am telling you, you
Mr.
please
Swamy,
understand Hindu culture.
Mr.
The
Swamy,
word
no
Murthy
culture.
Puja doesn't mean
No.
that I am defying
not
Modi.
only
No,
I am
about
only
Hindu
saying
culture.
that he is a
It's a country
personality
of many
who is being
faiths.
looked up to. The whole country is saying we are voting for Modi. Now that means that this personality
Arnab,
has
that is
been
not
accepted as
Murthy
a
Puja.
man
Mr.
who can
Swamy,
lead the
Mr.
country.
Mr. Swamy.
Gandhi was called
Not
Mahatma. There was
captive
no
democracy.
slur on
Mr.
religion on
Swamy.
that. Yeah, Mahatma
Mr.
doesn't
Swamy.
mean that he becomes a god.
As far as I remember, and I think I am completely correct, and in this case, Mr. Swamy, once again, unfortunately, I'd like to bring it to your attention that you are completely incorrect because it was your party that said do
You
not
got a
use
long
the word,
record
do not use
of
the word
making
har har
wrong
Modi.
statements,
I
and
make-
later on
I
just
make factually
not acknowledging that you have been wrong.
I make factually correct statements,
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Swamy.
I can give you four of them.
No, 1 second.
where
Therefore,
you've been wrong.
Therefore, let me ask you, was it true or not, Mr. Swamy, that your party said do not use the words har har Modi?
Absolutely, because
Why did they do that?
Because Har Har Modi was directly in reference to Lord Shiva. Therefore, we said...
And Murti Puja is about what?
Murti Puja is essentially...
Idol worship.
It means
Idol
that precisely, when you saw a cinema idol, it doesn't mean the idol in a temple. When you say Mahatma Gandhi is a Mahatma, it doesn't mean that he's God.
Mr. Swami, you know, I think you are aware. I think you are aware, but you don't want to concede.
No, you don't want to acknowledge.
Rajiv Shukla.
Hindu culture, that
Rajiv Shukla, no, we understand Hindu culture, but we are talking politics, not religion.
Absolutely, but culture is culture. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about culture. It is our culture to put personalities and then
it is not,
and look up to them.
I do not think your party...
That is the meaning of puja.
1 second. Pawan Verma.
No, 1 second.
Pawan Verma.
I want to get into it.
I will respond.
Arnab, I just want to make a quick point. It is precisely when entire campaigns and parties become individual-centric that the distortion that you see, you can see it in what Mr. Swami just said about Murti Puja. Mr. Swami, don't interpret our culture for us. And we don't want to put Mr. Modi in our temples
for all I know. I do not know whether you believe in Hindu religion or not. I am not representing you at all. I am representing the broad masses of India. And they all believe that this country, all kinds, Ram Chandra came, we called him Maryada Purushottam.
Mr. Swami, this is not much I want to say. Mr. Swami, in the India of 2014, and take a straw poll tonight among those even on Twitter, and you ask them this tonight,
I will tell you
and you take a straw poll and you ask people just because even if you support one person,
take a poll.
You are not.
Does India believe in Murti Puja or not?
Does India believe? 1 minute. Complete the sentence, Mr. Swami. Does India believe in Murti Puja of politicians? Does India believe in idol worship of politicians? And the young people of this country will say no. No, no, we do not believe in idol worshipping any politicians. Rajiv Shukla is responding to you.
On this whole issue,
Rajiv Shukla.
On this whole issue, you know, I mean, personality cult has been in Indian politics.
Okay.
And he cited an example of Indira Gandhi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee that he had also been projected. But the fact remains, the way Modi is being projected with thousands of crores being spent on him, the kind of marketing being done, and then comparing to him with Lord Ram and Durga, Ma Durga, you know, Ma Durga. I don't think, I mean, it's appropriate.
Don't twist. I didn't say that he's Maryada Purushottam.
It's over projection. You know, I mean, how can you draw parallels between God and Narendra Modi? So this would not be. Don't
so I think
me. And Vajpayee, and on Vajpayee also, Vajpayee had not been projected like this in 1996 and 1998. Well, the way Modi has been projected, so much money was never spent on Vajpayee's campaign. The kind of money was spent on Modi's campaign.
The question goes, did Modi succeed in becoming the centerpiece of the 2014 narrative? What impact will this have? This has been an interesting debate. We've had all sides. Let the disagreements remain.
Yes.
But Mr. Swami, you did say idol worship of politicians, and I don't think idol worship of politicians can be accepted.
And not giving me the reply.
Swami,
you have been wrong in the past. You've been so wrong even today on
Mr. Swami,
finding bottles of alcohol in the BJP
Mr. Swami,
office.
You said it.
You are so wrong often. So why should you do it?
You said it.
Rest the debate. Let the public decide.
You said it and I didn't, and the comment was made by you. I didn't, and I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.